Welcome to Rise and Inspire, the place where your next breakthrough begins. If this message lifts you today, tap subscribe once and share it with someone who needs a reminder of who they can become. There is a lesson that can quietly change the trajectory of a life. It isn't complicated, flashy, or trending. It is simple, demanding, and liberating. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. When you first hear it, you might nod and say, "Of course." But if you sit with it, if you let it travel beyond your ears and into your habits, it will rearrange your mornings, your evenings, and the way you carry your name through the world. Think about it.
O projeto Juntos Educar, que premia todas as áreas da educação.
Quotas and emails. They sprint through the noise, and at the end of the day, they are exhausted yet strangely unchanged. The paycheck arrived, but the person stayed the same. The results didn't compound because the root didn't deepen. Working harder on yourself is different. It asks you to make deposits into the account that pays for every other result. Your character, your mindset, your discipline, your philosophy about life. Jobs come and go, industries evolve, markets turn, but the person you are becoming follows you into every room. Improve the person, and the rooms improve. Self-work is not self-obsession, it is responsibility. It's acknowledging that the limits you feel outside are often reflections of limits you've accepted inside. When you sharpen your thinking, strengthen your discipline, and raise your standards, your world starts to respond in kind. Doors you couldn't see become visible. Conversations you were not ready for become possible. The same day on the calendar suddenly holds more potential because you show up with more capacity. So how do you actually do this? Start with philosophy. Because your personal philosophy is the steering wheel of your life. What do you believe about effort, about learning, about setbacks, about people? If your philosophy is that success is random, you'll wait. If your philosophy is that success is built, you'll build. Choose a philosophy that empowers action. Believe that value attracts reward, that service scales significance, and that growth is the rent you pay for the privilege of progress. Once you adopt a stronger philosophy, decisions get easier. You won't negotiate with your excuses, you'll negotiate with your calendar. Next, practice disciplined learning. Not information hoarding, applied learning. Read 10 pages of a good book daily and take one action from it. Listen to teaching that stretches you, and then test it in the real world. Keep a small notebook or a notes app where ideas go to be assigned, not to die. Ask better questions. What did today teach me? What did I do that worked? What will I change tomorrow? One powerful question can turn a frustrating week into a workshop for your future. The third piece is standards. Your life will rise or fall to the level of what you tolerate. Set standards for your morning, for your focus, for your health, for your relationships, and for your money. A standard is a promise you keep with yourself even when no one else is watching. It's choosing to be dependable with small things so the big things will trust you later. When you raise a standard, you draw a line that excuses can't cross. This is who I am now. This is how I operate. From that decision, a new identity begins to form. Then there is the craft. Whatever you do daily to deliver value. Working harder on yourself does not replace excellence at your craft. It multiplies it. Study your field, study your audience, study your process. Find the 20% of actions that drive 80% of results and do them with intention. Learn to communicate better, clearer, kinder, simpler. Learn to listen longer than is comfortable. Learn to build systems that reduce friction and save your future self from your current forgetfulness. Excellence isn't an event. It's a series of small upgrades performed consistently. Don't forget your environment. Change becomes easier when your environment stops arguing with your goals. Put tools in your path and temptations out of reach. Curate your circle. Spend time with people who speak the language of growth, not the dialect of complaint. Borrow belief from those further along, and lend belief to those a step behind. Make your room, your desk, your phone, and your schedule reflect the person you are becoming, not the habits you're fleeing. Now we must talk about the quiet enemies of self-work. Comparison and comfort. Comparison steals focus. Comfort dulls hunger. You are not in competition with the highlight reels of strangers. You are in competition with yesterday's version of you. Measure progress in miles you can actually walk. Did I keep my word today? Did I use my time like it mattered? Did I trade complaining for creating? If the answer is yes, you're moving. If the answer is no, be honest, adjust, and move anyway. Momentum loves honest people. One of the most liberating truths is that you don't need more hours. You need more intention inside the hours you already have. 15 minutes of deep work beats 2 hours of distracted effort. A focused hour in the morning can rewrite the script for the entire day. A single courageous conversation can condense a year of avoidance into one honest afternoon. When you work harder on yourself, you are training your attention to obey your goals instead of your impulses. That is power the world can feel. Let's address setbacks, because improvement without resistance is fantasy. You will make a plan and life will interrupt it. You will set a standard and an old habit will come knocking. You will pursue a skill and feel foolish in the beginning. Good. It means you're in the arena. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? The hard day is not a verdict, it is a teacher. The failed attempt is not an identity, it is feedback. Working on yourself means you harvest lessons from the same ground where other people plant excuses. There is also the matter of value. Results chase value. If you want more, become more useful to more people in more meaningful ways. Learn to solve bigger problems. Become reliable where others are inconsistent. Show up early, stay prepared, and leave people better than you found them. Your reputation is a shadow cast by your habits. Tend to the habits and the shadow grows long. The marketplace may be noisy, but it never stops listening to the quiet signal of value. Character still matters. Tell the truth, keep your promises, apologize quickly, give credit freely, refuse shortcuts that mortgage your integrity for a temporary advantage. The world is full of clever and starving for trustworthy. When people can trust your word, they will arrive carrying their own introduction. Now bring it all together in a simple daily rhythm. Wake with intention, center your mind, move your body, plan your top outcomes, do the hard thing first. Learn something on purpose, create more than you consume, review the day, and prepare tomorrow tonight. That rhythm will turn ordinary weeks into extraordinary momentum. It will not be perfect. It does not need to be perfect. It needs to be consistent. The seed doesn't argue with the soil, it just keeps growing. If you're hearing this and thinking, I've wasted time, forgive yourself quickly. Guilt is a poor fuel. Decide, declare, and do the next right thing. Start embarrassingly small if you must. 5 push-ups, 1 page, 10 focused minutes, 1 outreach message, 1 cleaned corner of a room. Excellence often begins in increments so small that pride refuses them. Accept the humble start. The point is not to impress, the point is to begin. And yes, there will be days when energy is low and doubts are loud. On those days, reduce the size of the task, but keep the promise. A short workout still honors your health. A single call still honors your ambition. A half page still honors your mind. Keep the chain unbroken, and the chain will keep you. Mastery loves people who show up, especially when they least feel like it. Working harder on yourself than you do on your job is not a slogan, it is a blueprint. It turns career changes into opportunities because you carry your skills with you. It turns relationships into alliances because you bring a wiser, kinder self to the table. It turns ordinary Tuesdays into training camps for your future. It gives you something the economy cannot give and cannot take away. The confidence that comes from competence, the calm that comes from preparation, and the dignity that comes from discipline. This is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming precise. Not about becoming famous, about becoming formidable. Not about chasing applause, about becoming a person whose results are loud even when the room is quiet. Work harder on yourself and watch how your world expands to fit the person you're daring to become. If this spoke to you, remember, your future is listening to what you do next. Subscribe to Rise and Inspire for daily mindset fuel, and let's build the kind of lives that motivate others to build theirs.